Today, I'm going to show you 3 tips on how you can get back 10 hours in your business. So, I don't know if you've struggled with this. I know I have. When we were building our service company, I felt like my time was always fleeting. Like, no matter what I did, I would have a well set out plan. I would have my goals and my calendar all ready for the day and the week. But as soon as I got to the office, man, my day would just escape me. I would spend it putting out fires or helping others with tasks or taking on things that needed done in the day to day operations of the business. And I hear the same thing from clients that we work with and our coaching, and they're business owners and they're struggling with their time because the same thing happens to them. They have all of these goals, these big dreams. You have big goals and dreams written down, and you want to achieve all of them. But unfortunately, you get stuck working in the day to day operations on tasks that are keeping you from working on the things that should actually be moving the needle in your business and getting you closer to that freedom that you're looking for, the freedom that you started this whole business journey for. So, if you have 3 to 5 team members working for you in your business, but you're still working for 40, 50, 60 hours a week, this video is for you because I want to share with you 3 tips which helped me in my business get back time. And I've been using it to help my own clients who are business owners get back more time in their week. So I'm so excited to share that with you today. So let's get right into it. So this is a delegation exercise basically. So the first thing that I want you to do is think of 3 to 5 tasks in your business that you spend at least 1 to 2 hours working on every week. So I'm going to walk you through some examples of that. So in your business, that could be something as simple as writing an email newsletter. It could be paying bills, running payroll. It could be in our business, we had in home service technicians who had a lot of things each day that they had to do, like get their trucks ready for the day, make sure that all of their chemicals or things that they needed for their jobs that day were on their trucks. So there were a lot of moving parts each day of things that had to be done. So maybe you have a business like that where you're checking on things. Maybe you have a checklist that you're checking with team members every single day. Maybe it's inventory. Are you still doing all of the inventory every week and ordering supplies? Because that is very, very time consuming, especially once your business starts to grow. That can actually take more time than you think. So that's for your business. So those are the lines of thought that I want you to start kind of thinking of, those 3 to 5 things that you could jot down. And maybe you have more. That's okay. More is better. Write them all down. And then I want you to think about at home. So, what do you do at home that's time consuming? Do you clean your own house? Do you spend 2 hours or more grocery shopping every week? Do you cut your own lawn? There's nothing wrong with those things, but they are time consuming. And in those early stages of building your business where your time is better spent somewhere else, those are tasks that, for not very much money, could be easily handed off, outsourced, or delegated to someone else. So I want you to think about at home, and I also want you to think about in your business. Because if you can free up more time at home, that's great. You can spend it with your family, or you can spend it envisioning what you want for your company, setting goals, dreaming, journaling, coming up with big ideas. So the whole idea behind getting some of these things off of your plate is so that you can dream bigger and really put that energy that's being expended putting out fires and doing those small tasks every day in your business and at home. I want you to put that energy into your business. And by freeing up that space and freeing up that time and energy, you'll be able to do that and focus on it. So think of 3 to 5 tasks in both of those areas that you could possibly start delegating, okay? Let's go to step number 2. So this is the fun part. This is where you're going to separate these things into categories, okay? So I want you to get some Post-it notes. I want you to get index cards, whatever you want to use for this part of it, okay? So write each one of those tasks that you outlined onto an index card or a Post-it note. And then you're going to separate them into 3 categories. You're either going to keep it, share it, or let it go. So let's break down those categories. Keep it. These are things that only you can do. And be real about it. I don't want you to get trapped in a space of, oh, I'm the only one who can run payroll. I'm the only one who can do the bill pay, because you're not. You can totally hand some things off. But what does fall into this category only you can do would be something like tax planning or meeting with your CPA, or let's think here, just, think along those lines, things that really only the owner could do. And then you're going to do share. So those are things that could go into a category of, I could really start handing that off with some guided help, right? So maybe you have someone who's shown some leadership ability. Maybe they've been with you for a while. I know in our business, when we were building, we would have leads who were showing some leadership qualities. They maybe had been with us for a little bit and they were doing a really good job. So we would start to kind of give them more responsibility. So let's take the example of someone who is a lead technician. Maybe you have a service company like a plumbing business or electrician, something along those lines. If you have someone, a technician, who's showing some leadership skills, you could totally hand something off to him like end of day checklist for the technicians or inventory. They're great for inventory because they know what everything is that they're using. And it's good to help them see that you're investing in them and you see those signs that they're trying to grow with your company. So that's what the share category is going to break down to. So that's something that you could start handing off to somebody with some guidance. Another thing that would fall into that category would probably be like payroll. I know that was something that my husband held on to for a long time in our business. And once he handed it off, man, he was like, oh, I should have done that a long time ago. But is there someone in your business? We had an admin girl who was oriented towards those kinds of skill sets. So he started to train her on payroll. And so he had that guided kind of handoff for her. There was a written system in place that she could follow and then trained her on that. So that's the share category, something that could be handed off with some help over time. And then the last one is honestly one of my favorites. That's the let it go category. I mean, raise your hand if you have things in your business you do that you could let go, right? They should have already been delegated or outsourced, but you've been doing it. Maybe it's a mindless activity that you just don't mind doing. And, maybe you find it kind of fun. Like I like vacuuming. I know that's kind of a silly thing, but I would vacuum our office just because I liked doing it. I love cleaning and vacuuming, right? But really, that was such a time-consuming thing. Maybe I spent 45 minutes to an hour doing that. I should have outsourced that long before I did. So think along those lines. The let it go category should be things that you should have already outsourced or that could easily be handed off to an outside company or someone in your business. Okay, so you've got your 3 to 5 tasks, and now you're going to keep them, share them, or let them go. Break them down into those categories. And then step number 3 is you're going to systematize it, simplify it as easy as you can into a written system for someone to follow. I want you to think about it as if you're giving it to like a 12-year-old, a 10 or 12-year-old kid, right? Could they read this and follow these instructions and get this done easily by following the system? I think it was Zig Ziglar said something like, you get more things done in the couple of days leading up to vacation because you're under pressure, right, to get it done because you're not going to be there. So I want you to kind of think about it in those terms when you're writing this system. Think about it that you're not even going to be able to answer questions for them when you write this down. So don't do it one time and hand it off to somebody. Let's take the example of payroll. That's a complicated thing, right? We don't want to get that wrong. So maybe you run it a couple of times, 2 to 3 times. You write your system as you do it. Then the next time you follow the system that you wrote and make any tweaks. Did I miss something? Oh, I forgot to include this part. And I'm talking be very specific, like if you're in a screen and they need to click next, put click next so that you don't miss any steps. And then the last time, follow it yourself and make sure that you didn't miss any steps. So it's very simplified that if you were away on vacation and had no access to a phone, Wi-Fi, anything, they could run payroll or whatever this process is and get it done without your help. So simplify it as easy as you can. So those are the 3 steps. That's not that hard, right? Just come up with 3 to 5 things, keep, share, let it go, and simplify it as easy as you can into simple steps. It's so easy. And I'm telling you right now that from my experience and the experience with my husband in our business and at home, once you start delegating things, you're going to be like, whew, why didn't I do this sooner? What else can I delegate? We always had office girls who wanted to get out of the office for a little bit. Man, I had them running all kinds of errands because they were already out on lunch break and would run to the bank or do whatever. So you're going to find that once you start delegating and letting go of some of these things that you thought you couldn't let go of, you're going to be like, wow, mind blown. I should have done that sooner, right? So trust me, try it and you're going to love it. And so just as my gift to you for watching this video, and because I want you to be so super successful in your business, I would love for you to go to our website, which is skilllevelup.com. And we have a free gift for you. It's a mini course that you can download totally for free. And it's on the 5 secrets of a phenomenal business. This is the framework that we used to build our predictable, profitable turnkey operation that ran without our hands being in everything all day. So I hope that was helpful for you. Make sure you go get that download, and thanks for watching.